Okay, building muscle at home, other than the equipment available to you, it's pretty much the same as doing it in a gym, or at least the principles are the same, which I'll explain in this video. So we're not using any equipment in this video at all, just your body and the floor. Now, can you build as much muscle at home with no equipment compared to, say, a gym, if all other components are the same, like your effort level, nutrition and your rest, recovery? Well, no you can't, but if you can't afford a gym membership, or you can't afford equipment at home, or you just don't want to invest in any equipment, you can still build muscle and strength. Okay, increase your bone strength by training at home with no equipment. You just follow these few simple steps. So I mentioned the principles of training are the same at home or in a gym. You just really need three main things when it comes to building muscle. Number one thing is progressive overload, which is just doing more than what you've done before. So for example, if you're going to do 10 reps on an exercise, next time you're going to try and do 11 reps, okay, and you just keep building it up over time. You're going to make sure you're pushing yourself to pretty much maximum for progressive overload. There's no point doing 15 reps when you can do 20, the next time do 16 reps. That's not progressive overload. What you need to do is if you can do 20 reps, next time you want to try and do 21, 22, and over time you just keep adding more reps. Because you're not using any equipment, all you can do on top of that then is just add more sets. But this is definitely the most important aspect of building muscle. Okay, so doing more than what you've done before. Another thing you need is good nutrition. Don't overcomplicate it. 0.7, 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Make sure you get your carbs in there for energy and just a decent amount of fat for energy, hormones, stuff like that. You just need a nice balanced diet, that's all you need. And then lastly, you just want to make sure you have enough rest, enough recovery. If you want to leave it a couple of days before training the same muscle part again, 2 or 3 days, depending on how sore you are. And ideally you want to train each body part a couple of times a week. So you've got your training stimulus, your energy and your recovery. Okay, on to some exercises then. Right, the first exercise, this is by far the best upper body exercise you can do with no equipment. It's press ups. Might sound boring, but these are the best exercise. So with these you're primarily building your chest, also your front delts and your triceps. And you'll also be working your core a little bit as well. Feet kind of hip width apart, or as long as you're balanced, it doesn't really matter too much to be honest. Back nice and straight. Try and have your hands under your shoulders roughly, or just wider. Keep your shoulders back when you're doing these as well. Okay, and then just slowly lower yourself down, pretty much all the way down to the floor. Don't rest at the bottom, push yourself back up again. Just do as many reps as you can with this, and you want to do 3 or 4 sets, a couple of minutes rest in between each set. If these are too hard, you can kneel down and just pivot off your knees, as you can see what I'm doing here. Now once you can do quite a few of these, maybe try and do a proper press up. Now if you bring your arms in a little bit more, it'll bring your triceps into a little bit more. If you want to focus more on your triceps, then you can do diamond push-ups. Just put your hands as close together as possible. Make a diamond shape. Now with your back, it's a lot more difficult to build your muscle on your back with no equipment. Even if you've got a pull-up bar or something like that, not that many people can do pull-ups. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but they are difficult. But what you can do, you can try these. So let's call them carpet pull downs. You want to make sure you've got constant tension on your lats when you're doing these. Push into the floor with your hands. Drag your hands down on the floor to keep your back muscles contracted all the time. Yeah, watch you don't get carpet burns doing these. Carpet burns aren't always a good thing, are they? And another exercise you can try are these. Just kneel down, try and get a full stretch on your lats. And again, keep constant tension on your back muscles. And just use your arms to pull yourself forward. And when I say arms, it's really your back. Dig hard into the floor. Yeah, these have benefits in nighttime activities as well, if you know what I mean. Make sure you do these exercises nice and slow, keeping constant tension on the muscles that you're working. Now your lower body exercises, again, by far the best are going to be your squats and lunges, things like that, which is what we're doing here. Keep your feet hip width apart roughly. If you've got like sore knees, you can have your feet wider apart. Keep your back nice and straight. Try and imagine you're going to sit on a chair and then just drive your hips forward. Again, just try and concentrate on the muscles that you're working. Do these nice and slow. These we're working your quads for the most part, and then along with your glutes, hamstrings a little bit, calves, again your core muscles. And again, if you find these quite easy, just hold yourself at the bottom of the exercise. And then you can also do some lunges, forward lunges, reverse lunges. Reverse lunges are a little bit better if you have sore knees. Again with these, try and get your back straight. Just have your knees and your hips roughly about 90 degrees when you're going down on these. Again, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just do what's comfortable. And then if you want to focus a bit more on your glutes and your hamstrings, you can do some single leg Romanian deadlifts. Again, keep your back nice and straight. You can have a slight bend in your knee and then just slow yourself down again, nice and carefully. Just trying to have like a hinge motion on your hips. It's really all you're trying to do with this. And don't forget to do the other side. Same thing with these, 3 or 4 sets on each leg. A couple of minutes rest in between each set. If you're new to exercise, you'll potentially build more muscle than someone that's been training a long time. You know, your genetics play a part, your gender as well. You know, men will build more muscle than women. But it really is about pushing yourself. So like I said before, just keep trying to train as close to failure as possible and beyond. Always make sure you're using good technique. Just focus on that more than anything else to begin with. Let me know how you get on with these exercises in the comments. Thanks for watching.